Welcome back to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports, where thankfully Tate did not offer me anything during the break. No edibles, no vapes, but
No.
that was our subject of the last segment.
I was just gonna say, but she did have a variety. She had edibles. She had things you could smoke. She had vapes. She had it all. The
Full
one-stop crossing guard.
Full service crossing guard. All right. So, Tate, you actually sent me a TikTok a while back about this next story with a driver who did show up to his Zoom court hearing while driving, but it was for a suspended license. So we're going to talk about that story as well as an update. So the Michigan driver who went viral after appearing behind the wheel during a Zoom court hearing, despite being busted on a suspended license, has at long last gotten his learner's permit. Corey Harris, 44, took a, quote, step in the right direction to finally becoming a law-abiding citizen after passing his learner's theory test last week, his lawyer told People. Harris was filmed heading into a Michigan Secretary of State's office, taking the test, and then celebrating with a little dance outside afterward. A clip posted on Instagram shows. Harris, again, who's 44, was filmed, excuse me, that was a repeated paragraph. I apologize. One day he has absolutely nothing, and today he has his learner's permit, his lawyer, Dion Webster Cox, declared. One day does not make the rest of your life, but it can change in a day. Harris's case has taken several surprising twists since his notoriety exploded when he popped up on screen for his May 15th headline-making court hearing while driving his car. Harris's case he is the saga of a man who appeared before a judge with a suspended license. He initially had been pulled over during a traffic stop in Pittsfield Township the previous October and had been given a citation for driving with a suspended license. And then the judge, who you can see in this slideshow, says, "Mr. Harris, are you driving?" The judge's name is Judge J. Cedric Simpson. It's Washtenaw, county judge. Casually confirming that he was, Harris responded, "I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually." The dumbfounded judge promptly revoked Harris's bond and ordered him to be locked up for 2 nights. Following his viral hearing and brief jail stint, it was reported that Harris's license, which had been suspended in 2010 for unpaid child support, was actually supposed to have been reinstated in 2022. A clerical error was initially blamed for the mix-up. But in yet another twist, the judge revealed during a follow-up hearing that, a follow-up hearing last week that Harris never actually had a driver's license in the first place. Based on what the court has looked at, he has never held a Michigan license ever, Simpson said, adding that his office had gone back through all of his records. And he has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license. It does go on from there.
I'll take it.
Let's just jump in there.
Okay.
I think the judge's face says it all, a lot of it.
First off, when I first saw this, and I was like, "Oh hell no, this is crazy." And then they started talking about how first they were talking about his license was suspended. And then that it was supposed to have been reinstated, but it was a clerical error and all this stuff. And I'm like, my man getting a raw deal. If they messed up and didn't get him his license and all this stuff, then they should give him some leeway. And then I learned more. First off, dumb criminals. Dumb criminals can be creative, but creativity doesn't eliminate the dumbness. First off, if I have a court case about me driving without a license, the first thing I'm not gonna do is show my butt up at the case while driving. That's like me being out on bond for bank robbery and I gotta get my hearing for it, and I'm holding up Wells Fargo. Hold up, judge, give me the money, put it in the bag, and you know what I mean? It's like, you cannot do these things. That's common sense. Number two, they talk about the fact that Like, we're supposed to celebrate this dude because he has his permit. You want to know what surprises me? That they let his butt get a permit. He should have went there and they should have been like, oh, get your butt out of here. Aren't you the dude that showed up on court on video while driving? No, you can't get your license. He should not be allowed to get his license because he's already been busted driving without a license. He should also not be allowed because he lied. They saying his license was suspended, and it was the only reason why he didn't have his license because of clerical error. But guess what? That is a court. They do their research. They go back. What do? When they research your story, you never had a driver's license in that state, nor had you ever had a driver's license. So you've been doing this for a long time. No, you should not be allowed to get your license. And lastly, he got 2 days in jail. I think that's incredibly light. The first day is for being dumb enough to go on court and say, yeah, I'm driving while showing up to court. That's day one. That's the first day in jail you need to cover. Then the penalties. There is a reason why we do these dumb criminals, because this guy is one of the king of the dumb criminals. And then the audacity to give this follow-up story and think we should celebrate him for he's getting his permit and he's out front dancing. Am I happy for him? No, I don't think he should be. Matter of fact, I think it should be a lifetime ban. He should not be allowed to drive in any state in the union. Matter of fact, he can't even get a bike license if I'm the judge. You know, no. What do you say to some of the things I've said on this one?
Well, the judge's face makes absolute sense in this picture, because he's like, "Sir, are you driving?" And the guy is so casual about it. And then there's sometimes then the
he going through the drive-through ordering a couple of like I said, that Taco Bell Grande, the Crunch Wrap Supremes.
But then the driver's face in some of those stills from the Zoom, he looks shocked, like he's surprised that he's in trouble for driving to his suspended license hearing. He didn't drive there, but he was driving while.
Yeah, what's the problem? I'm pulling in. You know?
No, I'm just parking at my doctor's office. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm glad. I don't know if I'm glad, but great that he got his learner's permit. But that's really putting the cart before the horse, right? Or closing the barn door after.
No, I'm not happy he got his learner's permit because he didn't learn his lessons when he got his first ticket.
Yeah,
he still was driving.
It also said that he's updated his state ID every year. So it's known that he does not have a license. He knew he didn't have a license, because you either have an ID or you have a license. You don't have both.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I look at this and I'm like, how and like, what was the thought process? Okay, think about this. What was the thought process? Like, he's like, you know what? I got my court appointment, but I also have a doctor's appointment he had to go to as well.
Apparently, yeah.
So the normal guy, if you're going to be driving dirty, all right, you're driving dirty out in these streets. So what I'm going to do, if I'm driving dirty, okay, I'm going to get to my doctor's office and then I'm going to do the court thing. The fact that I'm
passenger seat, just to make sure.
Or at least be like, Your Honor, I'm just sitting in this car while doing this because I knew I had my appointment. My girlfriend is in there at the doctor's appointment. If you've already lied under oath, you've already lied and said your license suspended and anything else. So might as well just stretch the lie a little bit more and be like, listen, I'm just sitting in this seat because I'm waiting on somebody. I knew I had this, so I went there. And why do you have your seatbelt on? I didn't want the cop to come by and come over and check because I didn't have a seatbelt on. So just out of habit, I just put it on. Anything, but then like, yeah, dog, I'm driving. I'm about to go over here and pick up some honeys afterwards. What's going on? You know, it's like, come on, think
about it.
Think about that. He look like he got the cigarette hanging off his lip. And he's just over here. See, I'm picturing that Cat Williams. This is the whole thing with Cat Williams and Cedric Entertainer fighting is the skit where he's driving the car and things, and then they say Cedric Entertainer stole it. But I picture this dude doing the actual skit of him driving. It's foolish. I'm more irritated, or not. I'm not really irritated, but the fact that he is allowed to get a learner's permit, that he's allowed to actually get his license after doing something like this.
Shouldn't there be some more steps or something?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. And then they want you to celebrate that he's done this. Not for me.
I got my learner's permit at 15. I mean, can we retroactively celebrate that?
I don't even know. We're not going to talk about me and how long I was driving.
Well, no, you see,
Yeah.
Although I grew up in Montana, there was a lot of farm kids who drove way before they ever should have. Some of that was just in the field. You know, you drive the truck while your dad's giving the animals hay. But I know people who were driving to school at 12.
That was me.
See, you're not supposed to admit that.
The statute of limitations is up, sister. I'm 54 now.
Don't put yourself in the dumb criminal category.
I was a dumb criminal. I was a kid driving illegally. Yes, I was a dumb criminal on that one. I don't break the law whatsoever, but you know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, use some common sense. Don't drive to your suspended license Zoom hearing, or he didn't drive to it, but he drove during it, which is even crazier.
And don't do a Zoom, going for your bank robbery charge and then rob a bank while you're doing it. These are just the dumb things you just don't do.
He did look like he was hands-free, so at least he was not like holding his cell phone at the same time.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
My man, he's in the front seat. Who's to say he's not driving a Tesla? Is that illegal? That's the question. Yes, Your Honor, I am driving to my doctor's appointment. But Your Honor, this is a Tesla. And it's on auto drive. I'm not even touching the wheel, Your Honor. Is that illegal?
Well, he's still not supposed to be driving even. I mean, I don't know what the rules are, because they're going to have to look into those sorts of things.
Because here's the thing.
I still don't think you can drive a self-driving car without a license, right? I don't know.
Well, yes. Yes, you can.
Yet?
Here's the reason why. If you're in San Francisco, you can get a self-driving Uber where you're the only one in the car and they're driving you across town.
Yeah.
So
it's a gray area.
If you have a suspended license or no license at all and you get an Uber and you don't touch the wheel, you just program in where you're going. Are you doing anything wrong? Because if they stop him for driving without a license, then every Uber that's on the street right now that's a self-driving car needs to be stopped. Also, let me go another step further. If you have been drinking and you punch it into your Uber, to your Tesla to drive you home, and a cop pulls you over, do you get charged with drunk driving? Because there's no difference in that than you get an Uber that's a self-driving car and you sit in the back and it drives you home. It's the same concept.
I'm just glad I am not a lawmaker who has to figure all these things out, because
these are things we gotta think about. Think about that.
We got a lot of gray area that's going to need to be figured out as things progressively get more interesting in the world of.
Because I'm making sure, I'm saying my man on all charges are dropped. If he's in an Uber and the Uber is driving itself, you can't have one or the other. Either the Uber is the driver or he's the driver. That's all I'm saying.
Different topic though. That guy was driving. You could actually see him with his hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
So anyway. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports. Your support does mean a lot to us, so please make sure to like, follow, subscribe to the show, and leave us a positive review. It really does help. You can also follow the show on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok for more content and updates. Thank you again for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Uber.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to